Today I want to help you get organized. Hi, I'm Judy Sheermemoirs. Welcome to my channel. Here I bring you author interviews of ordinary people who had a story they needed to share with the world. I also bring you short little writing prompts to get your creative juices going in your own brain so that you can write your own stories for your generations to come. Because you know what? You have a story to tell. Let me help you tell it. So when I get ready to write, I actually have almost a OCD type of attitude here. Here's my colored pencils. I don't know why I keep them around or on my desk, but maybe when my granddaughter comes, my little 3-year-old Sydney, she likes to color. So we do that. She'll do that while I'm working on the computer. Another thing of pens, and then my favorite stash of pencils. I love writing with pencils. I used to always write with pencils, maybe because my mom did. She loved pencils. And then I just recently bought a beauty of a pencil sharpener. The most I've ever paid on a pencil sharpener. I know, it's crazy. And then in the long run, I very seldom use pencils because I want everything on the computer. Go figure. Anyway, let's talk about organizing your thoughts for your memoir. And remember, when I talk about your memoir, I don't want you to think that you have to write some long book and then have it published. I'm talking about your stories written in whatever format you want to do it in, whatever notebook, binder, whatever, for your own generations to come. When you sit around a holiday table, like at Thanksgiving or Christmas, stories are told from the past, family stories. And yet you're the only one who can tell your story the way you truly lived through it. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do today. But I've looked at all the treasures that I have. I've gone into, my brain is like ADHD maybe, I'm not sure. But I have written so many different low content books, like activity books for kids and all, coloring books, those sort of things. I first started with memoir though, and that was my first love and still is. But now I'm going on to children's books because of my 2 beautiful grandgirls. But I looked this morning at all the treasure I have in my file cabinet. My mom was a great writer. Oh, not professionally. She never had anything published. She loved writing in her diary. And I look at, how she wrote different things. She used things like this from 2010. And she wrote, just little blurbs of what happened that day. Happenings along the way. Oops, she used pen there. But it was mostly pencil that she used, and so some of it's faded. That was 2010. She even used things like this from 2006, 2007. And she wrote everything that happened in one day. She wrote in whatever she had. This was this is 1989 in here. And this was, I guess, an actual diary. We could call it journal. She kept a letter from her niece. I see there's a letter in there. I see Carol's awesome handwriting there. And then she also this is a treasure for me, but it's just taken me so long to go through them. Here's 1953 diary. And she has recipes in here. She has how they turned out. A lot of pages she didn't write on. She was a young mom in 1953, but she pasted menus on. She told if they came out or whatever. I could do a menu book on a cooking book just on that. And then here's from the year I was born, 1949. And when it got towards my birthing time, she stopped writing. So go figure. But here again, she's got recipes in here. She's got people who have she has a list. I think this is one. She has a list of people who have had babies, and Oh, here's 1951, Thursday, 18th. I had 6 teeth taken out. Ooh, wow. Ouch, 6 teeth. Mom had false teeth at a very early age. I think that was the thing to do back then. And then we go back to a diary that was given to her at Christmas in 1934. And she must have been like 8th grade because she graduated in 39. And she did a lot of good writing back then. But when I read through it, it's all about doing the hay, baling the hay, picking berries, things that actually happen. Not even for an 8th grader, there's really no emotion in here. And it seems as though, look at that, she did a lot of great writing, all in pencil. So today it's a little faded. But I do want to take the time and read through this and see what nuggets of gold I can find here. She used address books. Here's an address book. And throughout she's got different things. Here's a Jewish calendar she wrote out. What'd she do here? She talked about her nieces and nephews' anniversaries or when they got married, the weddings she went to. She was really very interested in medicine. And she has clippings here about cancer and what causes cancer. But this is all in her diaries. And then I have a special nugget here. This was my great-grandfather's. And the date on this, this was like, it's dated 1874. Isn't that awesome? I know it's falling apart. I can't throw it away. But again, it's more on what happened on the farm, who came to visit, who stayed overnight, when they went to church or when they had to stay home because of bad weather. So this is awesome. Any of these you could take, and even though you didn't live through that time, it is part of your history. Maybe you're not as fortunate as I am to have all of this wonderful gold for a memoir. If not, maybe you need to start it now. Are you keeping a journal or a diary? Are you keeping something day to day so that your generations to come will see what you went through? I keep, where's mine? I keep a, I guess you'd call it a diary. I got it from the Methodist Healthcare because I work there. I volunteer as a writer in residence, helping patients to write through their medical journeys. But, and I'm guilty of not writing every single day, and you may not either. But I try to start most days with either a word from the Bible, and then I kind of think about that and how it's hitting me for that day. Here, July 1st was my firstborn son's birthday. This was this year. I said, Aaron is 38 today. Oh, I was so excited when he came into the world. So healthy and beautiful. God blessed me beyond what I deserved just with his birth. And then he gave me 2 more children. God has been so good to me. So you can take dates like that and put your emotion into it. As I said, back in the day, back when my mom was writing, they didn't use a whole lot of emotion. But actually, they didn't use hardly any emotion. But I do, and I think a lot more people do today, because writing is an emotional thing. Writing helps you get your feelings out on paper, whether you're frustrated or whether you're happy. I think it's good for your generations to come to see how you met each day head on. So I want to challenge you to do that today. Everything prior to this moment is part of your history. If it happened 2 minutes ago, that's part of your history. So write down anything that happens to you or what you feel is important to you at the time. A certain holiday, like 4th of July this year, may have hit you differently than it did 20 years ago. Perhaps, what are we coming up to? Okay, going back to school. That perhaps you're like me, and I don't have any school-age children now, but I can go back and remember how exciting it was for my kids, how excited they were to go back to school, how apprehensive I was to send them. Also my homeschooling days when, oh my goodness, I felt like a ringmaster and I had 3 circles going at the same time and they were all out of control. Needless to say, I didn't homeschool for very long. But I hope you get the idea. Get started writing the diaries, okay? And in writing those diaries, there will be nuggets of things that you really want your generations to come to know about you. You are important. God has you here for a purpose. And the purpose is to speak to your generations to come, to minister to those here on earth now, but to leave those nuggets for your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. So I hope this is a video for you to kind of prompt you, and giving you this kind of prompt you into action. If you need to get organized, get those pencils here, get your, some people, even when they write their journals, they color code different things, or they circle different words or that are really important to them. I couldn't do that, but I just tend to start writing, and where I stop, I stop. And you may be one who you want to start the day. I like to start the day praising God for what he's given me, but I don't end the day. I don't tell what happened that day. So the next day I'll write about what happened that previous day. Go figure. It's all different. It's your diary, your journal. Do what you want. So this is a little bit longer. This video is a little bit longer than most of them, but my prompt for you today is get started writing a journal. It doesn't have to be beautiful, but start putting those words down for your generations to come. Because you know what? It's important, and they want to know it. So, if you enjoy receiving videos like this, I wish you would share it with others who you think might be interested, or those who should. I feel everyone should be writing their stories, but share it with others and press that like button, and also leave me a comment. Okay, tell me how you are journaling today, or how you're keeping a diary. Be sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, so that's it for today. So until next time, I'm Judy Sheer Waters. You have a story to tell, so let me help you tell it.